welcome to our channel. My name is Gioia.
My name is Ray.
We'll be dropping every week a new Challenge All-Star review. So we are longtime challenge watchers. We watch all the current, most of the current seasons. And so we love it. So we thought it'll be a good idea to come on here and give our thoughts and opinions on the new All-Stars, on the new All-Star season. Okay, so we're going to start off by giving our first impressions on all the contestants and the overall setup and theme of this challenge. So I got the men here first, the men contestants. So first up, we have Ace. We don't need to do last names, just Ace. We know who that is. So what were your thoughts on finding out Ace is going to be on this season?
So with a lot of the challengers, me personally, I didn't know like a lot of the older ones, but just off first impressions, like when they first got introduced, I thought Ace was definitely a contender. I thought he was gonna make it a long way, so I was kind of disappointed by what happened. So, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, so with Ace, I remember him from back in the day, and every season that I have seen him on, I've seen him on like twice, and he always leaves early. So I really was rooting for him not to have to leave early. That was my hope for Ace, that he is in this for like a good time. And you know, we'll see how the episode goes, but that was my first impression. I was like, oh, Ace is on here, you know, it could be a redemption arc, because he never makes it past like a couple episodes for what I've seen. So yeah. So next we have Alton. I love Alton. I'm so excited to see Alton on here. I think he's one of the people that should have, like, you know how CT has been on here, Johnny has been on here. I always wonder why Alton quit, or not quit, but like, you know, why he stopped doing the challenge, because he was always amazing. He was always in shape. He was always like top tier competitor.
Yeah. I think Alton left a bad taste in my mouth when he
or in general.
No, not this season, in general. I think when he was on Battle of the Seasons, and he was just like talking down to everybody, and then he quit too. So it was just like, no, he didn't quit. I think he just got eliminated, but whatever. It was just after that, it was just like, I think that's kind of why he left. It was just more so he didn't want to hang out with the newbies or this new school of kids. So yeah. I think he might thrive in this setting, since this is his OG cast and like people he considered to be his peers.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. So next we have Darrell, and we've seen Darrell. He's been on the past couple of challenges, the current seasons. So he's not new to our current screens. I'm rooting for Darrell. I really like Darrell. He's one of the people that generally I always root for besides CT. So yeah, I'm excited to see him on this challenge, but he has been in other current seasons, so I kind of feel like he has more of an advantage than most of the other men. They've taken 15 years off, 20 years off. He was just on there. He was on there a couple months ago, as far as like the real world is concerned. So I was like, okay. But I always root for Darrell.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I feel like he has, or at least in theory, on paper, he has the upper hand, since he's more not new school, but he's been in more recent challenges. So he know the newer climate that they're focusing on. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot from him. It's definitely since he went far in Double Agent. So I'm hoping that he can pull out. I'm always rooting for the guys. So we'll see what happens. And hopefully he makes it.
Exactly. Next we have Derek. Love Derek. I expect a lot out of Derek. If Derek went early, that would be such a shocker to me, because when I think of Derek, I know he's like kind of like smaller compared to the other competitors, but he's always had like big as far as like a competitor is concerned, like eliminations, everything like that. He seems like a strong competitor to me. And if he left early, I would be disappointed. I don't expect him to leave early at all.
Yeah, like you said, I think Derek is very physical competitor. I think he again, he's been in recent seasons, so he knows the politics of the game. He knows his way around. Like I said, he's one of the physical beasts, that challenge wants to have these physical men. So I think he's gonna be in the top, if not
he got a lot of fight. Yeah. Next, we got Big Easy, Eric Big Easy. Big Easy, I'm excited to see him because he is what I consider a legit OG. As far as like a competitor, he's always been like hit or miss. Like with physical stuff, he is big. He has always been bigger than the other competitors. So if it's like head to head, banging into each other, I expect him to win. But endurance, I never have high hopes for him. But I hope that is like a change with this season. I like Big Easy a lot, so I hope he goes far.
Yeah, you would think that if they got that call to come back to do the challenge, that they will work on some of the stuff that they might not necessarily have been good at when they was originally doing it. So
Yeah,
yeah, Big Easy, I'm a little skeptical on because he does typically gas out, and
yeah.
hopefully, this season he's prepared himself in the best way to actually win. And we'll talk about that in another competitor too on the female side that I think hopefully
I know who you're talking
surprises
about.
us.
Okay. So next we have Latarian. So before this episode, I don't have really any thoughts of Latarian because I don't really remember him on the challenge. Maybe that was before I became like a consistent watcher. I'm sorry. Maybe that was before I became like a consistent watcher of Latarian, but he's not as familiar with me to me. So I didn't have any real opinions about him. But I mean, I'm excited to get to know more about him as a competitor. He seems like he's a shady. He was like a coach, a physical, what's it called, a personal trainer. So maybe he'll do good at physical challenges. But I don't know anything other than that about Latarian.
Yeah, same for me. Without going into the episode right now, I'll just wait till we get into the episode to talk about him.
Okay. Next is Mark, the grandfather of the challenge. I like Mark. Mark is a face that we have seen, like not on the challenge. We haven't seen him on the challenge in years, but we have seen him related to the challenge. He was the host of the reunions for a while, right? He was the host. Yeah. I think he's like in touch with what's kind of happening on the challenge. He seems like a person that watches it. I think he's one of the older competitors, but he seems to stay in shape and everything. So, I expect a lot from him too. Even though he hasn't been on current seasons, I think he's very familiar and he knows what's up.
Yeah, I think like you said, he's the godfather. I mean, you got to give him his dues. Like he's the reason that we're getting this show. So
yes.
out to that. But yeah, Mark is always a good time. He's funny. He knows the game politically, and because he's never been sent into elimination, I'm pretty sure he's again, like he pretty much signing people's checks this year. So he's the executive producer on this. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna, like, if he lose, he just got a lot.
Frankly, I think even though Mark is like older, I think they could throw him into the current season. I really think that he could compete against a lot of the men now.
Yeah,
I really do.
Since he's the Godfather, we just have a lot of expectations for him, and I especially think that because he has this like new title within the series, it's just like, yeah, if you don't lose or if you don't win, you're just gonna, I don't know. I'm just expecting greatness from him.
Yeah. So next we have Nehemiah. I like Nehemiah. I can't really remember him as I remember him, but I can't remember him as a competitor. Like, was he strong? Was he not? I know he's Wes's friend. So like I've seen him and Wes do lives on Instagram and things like that. So I think he stays in pretty good shape. Is he like the youngest person on this challenge,
I think compared to like everybody else, I think it's between like him, Jimmy, Janae, all of them are relatively younger than everybody else who's like they said, in their 40s. And
yeah, I think they might be 35, 30, something like that. I don't know. I don't know if he's that young, but okay, we got Cyrus. I'm looking forward to seeing Cyrus. I mean, I don't have any like expectations of him or anything like that. I think he'll do well socially. He seems to know everybody. He seems like he has people that will keep him in the game.
Yeah. I think with a lot of the OGs, like what you would consider OG, who haven't done this for 15 plus years,
yeah,
they have a different, because they're not involved in newer seasons, they're going to have to approach this differently. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these more alpha male-ish competitors take on this new format, since they haven't played in like 15 years. So
yeah,
to compare it to the current season, is it going to be like a Fessy S and CT, like where you got like the people who still are involved, like the Darrells and the
Yeah.
Derricks, versus like these OG champs or people who played like back in the day? If it's going to be like that, the versus who's
Yeah.
gonna win. So I'm excited to see that. And Cyrus
Yeah.
looks like he's the one who's gonna like try me if you want to type of guy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm I'm happy that the one thing about All Stars I'm happy about is that this is straight like real world road rules people, no big brother alliances, none of
Yeah.
the other stuff. Like I like that they added the other people
Yeah.
for the current stuff, but for this, I don't need the extra. Like I don't need the Fessy and all that stuff. No,
Right.
no, no. I'm glad this is straight real world road rules relationship type of stuff. Okay, so we have Cyrus. Last we have Tech. So Tech, I think he's gonna be a bunch of fun. I don't know about physically as a competitor, but I think socially everybody seems to like him, and I think everybody's gonna like him because I like him,
Yeah.
and I think he's gonna be fun to have on this season.
Yeah. Tech, based off this first episode, he's very funny. He seems like
Yeah,
he's gonna be a good time, comedic relief, and I think he's one of the people you're gonna root for. I think, like,
yeah,
again, comparing to like the newer season, I think he's gonna be very much like a Jay, just a fan favorite, someone
yeah.
who just lovable.
They or Kyle, like a
Yeah, just
Kyle.
someone you just can't be mad at, someone you just
Yeah,
be like you're rooting for, the underdog. And I think he's
yeah.
gonna surprise us.
Yes, exactly. So those are all of the men. So let's get to the women. So first up, we have OG vet Anissa. So Anissa, I mean, I'm excited to see Anissa. I like Anissa. She, she always gets a tough break in the other challenge. I have to say, I just want her to come with it. And I think this challenge, it seems like she could be much more happy. Is that right? Much more happy. She'll be happier because she's with like her real friends that she's known forever. So I hope that impacts her game and wanting to be there and wanting to fight for it because I like Anissa and I want her to win. I like Anissa.
I agree. I do like Anissa as well, but I feel like I don't know these, well, at least last season or this current season, Double Agents. This whole storyline of her not making it to the finals, and like I said, I root for Anissa personally. She's just like a person you want to root for, but it's just like if you're not coming with it, it's
Yeah,
like
no. Yeah, I get that.
like
I feel
you
like,
can't say
yeah,
you
she's
want
always
people to
like,
respect you, but you're not really showing them why you're the beast. Like this
yeah.
10 elimination win streak that you had, or in the past, you being the elimination queen, you're not really showing that side of you anymore. It's like you matured, and nothing wrong with like growth or whatnot, but it's just like I feel like she not checked out of the challenge, but her personal growth and her challenge growth are just conflicting with each other. So it's like, yeah, it's just two different people. It's like
Mm.
I need you to be in beast mode all the time, not this.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go with the flow. I want to
yeah,
win, but if I don't, I need her in the game. So if she's gonna definitely OG season, like she one of the females who's been in like a Darrell in the most current seasons. Like she knows the game. So on paper and in theory, this is set up for her to win. But let's see if she can pull out what it takes.
exactly. Okay, okay. Next we have Arissa. I remember Arissa, Real World. Arissa, was she on Real World?
Yeah, she was on the Real World Las Vegas
Yeah,
2002.
I was say, I think she was on Real World. Yeah. So I remember her on Real World, but I cannot remember her on the challenge. I cannot remember. So maybe that was a season I missed. I just don't remember her
Yeah.
in my head. So I don't have any thoughts about it. So because I don't remember.
A lot of I think for me, a lot of the female competitors, I'm kind of like it's hit or miss. Like either I know them or I don't. So yeah, Arissa was one of the people I just didn't really know too much about. But
Yeah, I
let's
remember her on her actual person on the Real World. I just can't remember the challenge. Okay, next we have Bev. Yes, yes, I love Bev. I've always loved Bev because Bev, back in the day, these girls just always came for Bev,
yeah.
and I just want Bev like we're adults now. Like the petty reasons that they have for not liking her, I think it would be irrelevant now because they're all adults. Yes, I hope Bev does good. Yeah, I hope she does good. Yeah, I love Beth.
Yeah, Beth. we'll see about her. She's I don't know. We'll see. She's gonna be an interesting one.
Okay. We have Jimmy. Jimmy has always been one that I felt like can go far in the game because of like a social game.
Yeah.
Like she seemed to talk to everyone.
Also politics, yeah.
Yeah, she know the gossip, people, and so I think as far as like socially, Jimmy could like creep under the radar in other challenges. So I don't know how it will play with these old school people, but that's how I generally look at Jimmy. I think she has a pretty good social game. Like as a physical competitor, with this first challenge, she seemed to do pretty well. So maybe that's something that she's been working on and she's changed. So we'll see how that goes with Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy is the one I said her and Big Easy kind of got like the same. They're both people who can make it far, but either their endurance not there or it's just something that's stopping them from like getting over that edge.
Yeah.
But Jimmy looks like she's in shape. She looked like she really prepared for this challenge. She said to herself in the actual episode that she didn't take the other one seriously, that she was just there for the vacation. But this one, she's like, for her to come out of retirement, she wants to win, and I'm all about her getting her coin. So come on,
Yeah.
Jimmy, do it.
Yeah. Next we have Yesella. So with Yesella, again, I know they showed like the clips of the challenge she was on. Don't remember. Maybe I didn't see that one. But I'm pretty sure I saw that one, but I don't remember her that well. But she looks like she's gonna be like one of those characters that brings the season.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna be the queen of confessionals, kind of like a big T that I mean, not like as far as like when people wanting to go against her or anything like that, but like as far as like being able to like bring comedic relief, but also, we'll see later in the show. But also I think she's gonna be like a surprising like dark horse that nobody was thinking about, but she's gonna come in and snatch up all the coins.
Yeah, because they definitely didn't do her any justice in this episode. The way they started her off, falling off.
Yeah.
It just the clips of TJ being disappointed in her or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like they didn't do her no justice, but I definitely think she's going to be a dark horse. And yeah, I'm ready to see what she can bring because
I think she's going to do good. I'm rooting for her. She is
She got something to prove, and those are always the ones that you like root for. So
yes,
I'm excited to see what she brings to this season.
Yes, I agree. Next, we have Janae. So with Janae, I do remember Janae from all the challenges she's done. But with Janae, my first impression, this first episode, she wasn't really there as much. She was in the cast, but they didn't show her as much. So maybe she'll get more screen time in the upcoming episodes. Previous challenge reputation. I don't remember her being too much of a physical competitor. That's what I don't really remember her being too much of a physical competitor. I know she had pretty good relationships with people, so maybe those relationships are still there, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Janae is someone I remember back from my childhood when she was on Endurance doing the damn thing at like age 13 when she won that show. So, but the Janae it's a show called Endurance. It's basically like the challenge, but for teenagers.
I don't remember she was on another show.
Yeah, it's a throwback. Like if you know Janae from like Endurance, you gotta let us know. But yeah, she won that show when she was like 13.
Okay.
Against like 9 other teams. It's on YouTube too, so you could probably look at some. Like that Janae was a politician. She manipulated the game. Like for some reason, I guess when she got older, it didn't transfer. She became like this. I don't know. I think she needed the self-confidence in herself to kind of like really, when you get older, things are not the same. So I think coming back, I think she's in a more stable place. And I think that because when she was doing the other challenges, it was a lot of her falling in love or like having these flirtationships with these other people.
I remember her relationship with Zach.
Yeah. So I think she's married now. She has kids. I think she's going to be focused on the prize. And I think she's in a stable place where she can actually thrive. And I'm expecting good things from Janae. I want to see her be the best that she can.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. You said it's called Endurance?
It's called Endurance, yeah.
I've never heard of it. I thought the first time she was on TV was The Real World.
Nope, she was like I said back when she was like 13. I want to say they did the show called Endurance. It was like if you had it was way back when Discovery Kids was a thing. Like that's how old it is.
Okay, I'm gonna look at. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, next we have Katie. Love Katie. Katie is like Katie and Beth are like the OGs that I really like because those were the people in the house that people always had drama with, and I always root for the people that nobody else likes because I'm like, forget everybody else, you're gonna win. So I'm glad to see Katie. Katie looked so good. She looked the exact same. I was like, okay. So again, they didn't really show her that much this episode besides like the intros. But
Yeah.
other than that, I can't remember seeing Katie this first episode, but I'm sure we'll see her down on more episodes coming up. But yeah, but I'm excited to see Katie here. She is like one of the ones I would consider like OG.
Yeah. I don't know too much about Katie based I don't think I ever seen her season. I think she came from Road Rules, right? Or what she was
I'm not sure. Literally, I don't remember where she came from. Like, you know how with Arissa, I remember her real world. I don't remember her challenge. Katie, I don't remember what show, but I remember the challenge for her.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Katie, but based off her, based that she got an intro, I'm thinking that she's gonna be very important. I think in some of the trailer or clips that she has some outstanding beef with some people, so I
Yeah.
think she's in the drama. So in the
Yeah.
line of the drama.
Yeah. Okay. So next we have Kellyanne. Oh, Kellyanne. I'm excited to see Kelly. I'm Kellyanne. I liked her in previous challenges. She was like the sweet, sweet girl. I just remember that about her. So, I'm excited to see how she performs after all this, time has been taken off. So that's Kellyanne. What do you think about Kellyanne?
I think Kellyanne, like she said, she's a wild card. So I think
Yeah.
she's gonna do real well. And I think she went pretty far on Battle of the Bloodlines, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the last season we saw her
Oh
in.
yeah, she was on Battle of the Bloodlines.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
was her last season. So she's been in relatively new challenges, I would say. So I think
Mhm.
she and plus I think she said she's like 34 or 35. So I think she's still in good shape. I think she's still gonna do the damn thing, and I think she's gonna take that. I think
Yeah.
she's the front runner to take the win for the females.
Okay. Next we have Kendall. I don't think Kendall did that many challenges. I remember her, but I don't remember if she was someone that like came back every year. But I do remember a challenge she was on. So I don't have any like serious expectations on her. But she seems really nice. She seems like she's gonna get on well with everybody as far as like a social game. I don't remember how she performs in like physical competitions. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't know too much about Kendall on my end, so I'm just hoping that she does a good job. We'll see as the episodes progress.
Okay. And we have Ruthie. Yes, Ruthie, I think just the way like the challenge buzz on Ruthie, it seems like she's gonna be like a physical competitor. When I looked at like the behind the scenes, like the after show type of things, everybody when they was asking who their biggest competitors would be, a lot of people was like Ruthie. I think but Anissa, I know Anissa mentioned that Ruthie gets really paranoid in these challenges, so we'll see how that goes. But she seems like she is a strong competitor. They again with Ruthie, they didn't show that much of her. Even in confessionals this episode. So we'll see how that goes. But for what I remember I remember her being a strong competitor. So maybe that'll translate in this current season.
I don't know too much about Ruthie previously, but like you said, based off what everybody been saying, she is a good competitor, and hopefully the paranoia don't get the best of her. But when you look at the females like Jimmy and Trishelle, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure the politics and all that stress that comes with this type of new challenge is going to
Mm-hmm.
probably get there. So I want to see exactly. I want to see how these relationships going to evolve and like the friend if it's going to be like the friendship
Mm-hmm.
versus the challenge if they're going to take things personal because they have been friends for 15 plus years, at least most of them. So it's going
Yeah,
to be
it'll be
interesting how this challenge plays
yeah,
with you know
It'll probably be harder not to take things personal for this group of competitors than for the current newbie challenge
Right.
people, because these people like friends, people are friends with people's kids. They hang out for real in real life.
Plus, I
But
haven't been in this setting so in a while, so it's like they think it's
yeah,
cookies and cream, but when you
yeah,
back in that game,
yeah.
as Leroy said, when you want that win, you gotta play however you got to,
Yes. So last but
So,
not least, we have Trishelle. Now, like Trishelle said, the last time I remember seeing her is Rivals 2, where she quit. I think Anissa was her partner, and
mhm.
she quit. And that's all I really remember from that. And she used to always kind of have like drama with people. That's what I remember. But it seems like as like older Trishelle, she's really knows a lot of people. She is connected with a lot of people in the house. So we'll see how that goes. Like these people have known each other for 15, 20 years. So she seems to have like substantial relationships. So that'll probably get her pretty far in the challenge. I do kind of remember her being good competition wise as well. So
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum.
really,
I'm not a fan of Triselle.
I'm not saying I love her, but I remember her. So I don't know.
I don't think, me personally, I don't think she's gonna go far.
You
She's
think
just
so?
gonna quit, or
I hope
just
she.
based off what we've seen in this episode and in the past. I just don't. I think the game's gonna get to her, and I don't think she's ready. I just don't think she's ready. I think she needs some more time
What's
off.
some more wins? It's 20 years later. It's no more. He's telling us, boy, how much more time would she need?
Maybe All Stars too, but this, yeah, I don't think she's
Okay.
ready.
Okay. Okay, so those are all the competitors that we have on this cast coming up, on this current cast. Okay, so let's get into the episode. So the episode starts off and everybody's getting off the bus. They do their little intros. Gisela immediately falls coming off the bus. And like I said, that was my introduction to. You said what?
It was a moment within itself.
Yeah, that was my introduction to her because
Later, yeah.
yeah, I don't remember her. So this was my first time really seeing her, and I immediately like her. I immediately like her.
Yeah.
So TJ brings them all. Oh, TJ's the host of this one as well, which is good.
At this point, I mean, granted, I wouldn't say I would want a different host for this, but I don't know. It would have been nice to see like one of the past challengers. I don't know, even the Miz could have hosted this season. Just
Yeah.
somebody get, because TJ is like a staple in the main series, so it would just be, if this is gonna be. But then again, it's All Stars, so of course you got to bring in the big bad host TJ. So
Yeah.
I mean, either way it goes, I'm excited to
Yeah.
have TJ back.
Yeah. So TJ brings them all into like this like open area, and their stone set up with their pictures all hanging behind it. It looks very much like Survivor. I don't know if you watch Survivor.
This reminded me of like a cowboy ranch, like just
Yeah.
in Oklahoma somewhere, just out in nature, enjoying the sand and cactuses.
Yes. Okay, and he tells them that their relationship this season could help them or hurt them. Is like they have so much baggage from the past that could come back to haunt them, or their friendships could get them far in the game. And he also tells them that this challenge will only be a one person winner. Only one person will win, and it'll be a $500,000 cash prize, which is pretty big, right? It's pretty big considering like back in the day, the prizes didn't used to be that big. And if they were $500,000, it was split between a team of 15 people.
Like A said in the later in the episode, people used to kill each other for scooters. So just
Yeah, they would
imagine
get scooters, toasters, new cell phones, stuff like that.
getting gadgets and gizmos and aplenty. Like,
yeah, so what they gonna do? What are they gonna do for $500,000? I don't remember what the biggest prize was back then, but it wasn't 500,000. It was maybe like 100,000. Like
probably like 2,500 at that
it wasn't
point.
25. It wasn't no 2,500. Maybe like 100,000 split between 10 people, and so everybody it wasn't that much coming out of it once you split it that much in taxes and all that stuff. Not no 2,500 now. Because when Ace did his like throwback, he said they came in second place, and he won 10,000 for second place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if first place was
10 teams for that. So it was, like you said, 10,000 split between 10 people, and that's only like what?
I hope that wasn't 10 people. Okay. And some of them have never done an individual challenge before when Latarian and Alton was talking. I think Alton was it Cyrus? No. When I think it was Alton, he was telling him,
No, it was Nehemiah.
Nehemiah. He
Politics
had,
of it all.
yeah, Latarian said he had never even done a individual challenge. So this will be interesting to see people, but I think they will be switching like partners. They will be on different teams. So it just depends on how it goes.
So how do you feel about that that format? Because that's pretty free agent-esque,
I'm
where they
glad for it.
were either in partners and teams and
I don't
pairs.
like I like teams, but I think it's just this new challenge is so much about alliances. I'm just glad to get back to not that. I'm tired of alliances, and it's just too much. It became too much, and again, it's because of like a lot of these people came from like Big Brother, which I watch Big Brother too, and Big Brother is all about alliances. It's all about alliances, sticking to this alliance to the very end, and I just miss when it wasn't.
That alliance got them, so.
Huh?
I say, you see how far that alliance got them, so.
It did, but it's annoying to see some like one group encompass the whole game. Okay, back to this challenge. So like they're in like a cabin in the woods, and it's very reminiscent of like old challenges. It looks fun. I think the current challenges have been like kind of like dark and serious, you know what I mean? And it has like a real like, I don't know, like a Mad Max Thunderdome type of vibe with the current challenges. Yeah. And this one is more like old school challenge fun. We here to party. We gonna do a challenge. We gonna do a challenge tomorrow, but like let's get drunk.
Run into this house like it's the first day of Christmas. Like there was this clip of Jimmy. She was just kind of looking at
the bedroom.
Like, which bedroom I'm about to get? Like it's crazy. I mean, I guess in retrospect, the bedroom that you get does like really play a part in your challenge like game too, because like
who you talking to,
with, who you talking to, your alliance members. If you're gonna get dirt on the other alliance, because if somebody's talking out that corner, you go in your room, you're gonna be like, so y'all was talking about me, because even in this season, you see how Big T be at them corners, she be listening. Y'all talking about me.
I can see that. Yeah, so that was a fun thing. I don't even think they like in the new challenges they even do the bedroom runs.
I think they just be depressed. They see that bucket.
These new challenges, like in old challenges, they used to be in lavish mansions. These new challenges, like Total Madness, they was in like a bunker. Who cares what room I get? They're all terrible.
I don't got a proper bathroom or functioning water.
The old challenges, we were in a beautiful mansion in the middle of Fiji. So I want a really nice bedroom to see the view. This one is, okay. So they're in a cabin in the woods. Like I said, it looks really cool and like real fun. They have their like names and stuff on the walls and pictures on the wall. Beth has her infamous quote on the wall. Yeah, so I really like that. Beth is still liking Nehemiah. He's a tenderoni. So yeah, it's a good time watching everybody reminisce, like you said. But then it's time to get down to business. I think they jump fairly quickly into the daily challenge immediately.
Like, we know why y'all are here. We're not gonna hold y'all up. Y'all want to see them compete. But before we talk about the challenge, I do want to talk about how Latarian just came. Like he really rubbed me the wrong way. Like in the first couple of minutes, like came off very arrogant, calling himself the silent assassin. Let's get into the deep blue dive. So
So the name of the daily challenge is the Deep Blue Dive. And basically the premise of this challenge is that they're split into two teams with the copper team captains. They're split into two teams with the copper team's captains being Latarian and Kellyanne, and then the silver team captains being Tech and Yesella. And so basically they have to solve math problem equations, and the missing numbers in the equations, they have to swim out into the water, and all of the missing numbers are underwater. They have to dive down, grab the corresponding number for their math equation and bring it back. And so that is the premise. Each person has to dive down swim out and dive down at least once. And if you cannot make it, you come back, tag somebody else in who could do it. If you cannot do it though, it is a 5-minute penalty on your team, which overall for this challenge, it doesn't really matter because almost everybody got a penalty.
Like, who are your standouts?
So for this challenge, like I said, Yesella came through. I don't think anybody really was betting on her, but she really did really good. I think she went out twice, like, because people, the whole challenge, you know, we saw that people were swimming out. I got a cramp in my leg, can't make it.
Cramps.
Swimming out, about to drown, swimming out, just, I don't even know, maybe panic attack. Yeah. Everybody was getting 5-minute penalties out there. I've never seen this before.
I think Tex said it best. He was like, "Welcome to the challenge, senior edition." And when he said that, I was weak. He's talking about we got our walkers out, the geriatrics, the meds coming in and out. Like,
yeah,
they was really feeling all those aches and pains.
Yes, because you're used to like watching the challenge, and like I think people are like coming in having trained for years to do that, you know, to do this, and like being able to dive down. I mean, I know I can't dive. I'm also not training and going on a challenge either. But these people keep doing this, and you know they train for it. But these, like they said, they haven't done it in 15 years. So swimming out into ice cold water and diving down was just a lot for a lot of them, and people were getting penalties left and right. So seeing Yesella, she did really well. I was happy to see that because I didn't know she wasn't somebody who immediately stood out to do great at like this physical competition, but she did really good. And then who else did good? Yes, is that his name? Yes, he did really good, and Derek did good, and Alton. Those are the ones I remember doing good.
Yeah, I didn't have too many standouts for the copper team, but for the silver team, my MVPs were Nehemiah. He was killing it. Hasela, Darrell, and Yes, both on the mental aspect and actually like getting out there, getting his pieces, and maintaining like solving that puzzle for the team. So
yeah,
yes, Darrell MVP.
Yes, really came through as the mathematician of the group. I can't solve equations without paper. Even they was on the ground. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't do it. But he really pulled it through for their team, and that was the copper team, right? Or was that silver?
No, silver team. Silver team. They was all
silver team. Yeah. So yes, pulled it out with the math for them because the math is important. If you don't get the problem right, then you won't be able to go out and get the corresponding number in the water. And so the copper team ends up winning. And the thing about this challenge,
Silver team won.
Silver team. Sorry. Silver team. So the thing about this challenge is that you had to have the captains, and you know it's the first challenge, so nobody. Like Anissa said, Anissa's like, I know this challenge. I'm really like, she's like, I've been doing this, and maybe people would consider her a leader, but she was like, I'm not volunteering to be a captain. And I think that's smart. I wouldn't volunteer for the first challenge to be a captain because people, if it doesn't go well, I would assume you're going in, even if it's not a rule for TJ to throw you in. I feel like that's an easy way for people to like an easy way not to get blood on your hands. Like, you were the captain, you going in. So I agree with her. I'm not volunteering to go in.
But also I feel like I wouldn't volunteer myself either, but I don't know. I guess this goes more so when we talk about the elimination, but this whole not getting blood on my hands way that lately people been playing, it's just really been getting under my skin because I feel like if you're going on the challenge and you're not going to win, it's like, which is why I guess they started to incorporate the red skull or the
red skull, gold skull.
Yeah, which is like you got to go on elimination, so you got to get your hands dirty type S thing. But yeah, especially for them being OGs, I would feel like y'all know how this game about to be played. Start knocking out these big people, these big guns, because you need to set yourself up to win the final. And if you got people like Mark Long, Anissa, Darrell, who's a 4-time champ, still doing the game, and you know, like some people won on their first challenge, like you know, you got Alton and like Yes, who are champions. It's like, who about to be captain? Darrell, you want to be captain? Like,
yeah, you go say, Darrell, you should be captain.
Like, I need to set myself up to win this game. $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need this money.
Yeah. And with the captains, TJ says like whoever is the captain of the losing team, you know, that's not good. But he says whoever is the captain of the winning team, then you'll receive a power. So at the end of the competition, the silver team wins. So the silver team captains were Tech and Yasela. And so it is a guys elimination day today. So immediately the other right? Yeah, the other team captain, Letarian, he is immediately told he will be one of the people competing in the elimination. But since it's a guys elimination day, Tech is safe. He is not an option. They can't vote for him. And Yasela is given the safety power. So she can use it to save anybody she wants, or I'm sorry, she can use it to save somebody from going into elimination. So that's pretty good. I mean, I always like the powers when they give them that. I remember it was that vendettas where they had the grenades and stuff like that.
Vendettas, World of World.
Yeah, I always like the powers.
Yeah,
they throw something extra in there.
Yeah, but the only thing I hate about that is the whole format. I think kind of contradicts it too, because it's like they're not always going to be a team captain. So I guess it's just like too many moving pieces. It's like you can't really get a grasp on the game when it's so many moving pieces. Because like even with this season again, because you got to since they're going on at the same time, it's easy to compare. It's something you never know if it's the guys' day or girls' day.
No, I don't like that. I hope they stop that. I prefer to go. What's it? Guys this week, girls next week. Guys, I want to know what's happening because I think there's more room to cheat. If you don't do that, production can be like, we don't want them to go, so we're gonna make this week a girls' week, so that person's not leaving. Because I want to be able to know, which is why production be cheating, which is why I do not believe Are You the One. We ain't gonna get on that. Yeah, Yasela gets the power to safety, so we already know Letarian's going in, and Letarian. I'm gonna say I'll head back to the house. Letarian is having a conversation with Cyrus. He tells Cyrus that he would prefer to go against Ace. And immediately once he said that, I was just like, oh my goodness, because I don't want Ace to go home because I don't want he always goes home early. And I just want him to stay in for just a little bit.
Yeah. I was you came in talking about you're the silent assassin. You're big and bad. You want a redemption. If I were you, I'm going for the big dogs. But I guess he had to.
But you don't want to risk it.
Even you don't want to risk it, but at the same time, it's like, come on.
Yeah. So Letarian tells Cyrus he wants to go against Ace, and I was like, okay, I didn't like that. But I mean, you want to go against who you want to go against. And I guess you would tell your friends since they are the one, like, you can't vote. So, you tell your friends. So, okay. So then they're doing deliberation. Letarian is not there because he's up for elimination, but his opponent could be anybody from either team. It could be from either team, but it seems like a kind of like silent agreement. And I think they mentioned this on the after show that they had already kind of decided that whoever was on that winning team was not up for debate.
Which makes sense because it's like they won. So I mean, then again, World of Worlds, they didn't care who they
didn't care. But I think that's what they chose. They chose like, okay, so they're not going to put anybody from that winning team up. And so it was very limited as far as their options on the losing team. And Cyrus speaks up and says, Letarian said he wants Ace, and I think we should give him that. And I was just kind of like, we ain't taking
yeah, that's why I totally agree with Ace when he was like, I thought we was debating out here and not in there. It's like,
I mean, well, we said that, so I had problems with both because we debate here, but also we be talking at home too, like before we.
Yeah, but it's like Cyrus didn't campaign to like get Ace. He told one person, and like even with I guess like how they do in the house votes or whatever, you got to kind of campaign to be the house vote. So I felt like at least he could have been like, okay, this is why I want Ace, blah, blah, blah. Kind of, show why because if they do another team challenge and Ace could have been, better at that equipment, it's like, why should we, keep our, like, you did horrible, we should have been in with another horrible person, or, it should have just been more like decision. It should have been another option or something. Like everybody was just Ace. Like they didn't even like give a second, like at least have two options, like,
Yeah, because
it's like looking at Cyrus, like compared to like Ace, not
Yeah.
Cyrus, Laterian, but it's like, come on
Ace
now.
just seemed like so nice. I like Ace. But once Cyrus says to everybody, Latarian said he wants Ace, that really just gives people an excuse to, yeah, like nobody, I don't think anybody had a name in their head. No one had a name in their head, unless you was, I don't think anybody had like, oh yeah, I'm going for this person. But once he said Latarian wants Ace, that gives people a reason to just go after Ace. There was no reason to go after Ace other than that. He didn't do anything particularly bad in the challenge. His team didn't win, but he wasn't the worst from what we saw.
Yeah.
So I don't. So once he said Latarian wants Ace, that everybody kind of was just like, guess it's Ace. So and at that point, once everybody is saying Ace, you really don't want to.
And you said his name already. His name already out there.
Yeah, his name's already out there. I don't need to make another enemy. Ace. Ace.
Exactly.
And I like Ace, and I think it was nice of Arissa to try to like not say his name. And Ace was just like, girl, just go ahead. It's okay. And I just like Ace. He's so nice. But he was doing a little much with calling everybody monsters. And I'm like, this is the game. He was like, you all monsters for doing this to me. But I'm like, this is the game. This is how it happens. Somebody got to be voted in.
He got this whole peacemaker thing about him. Like, if I win the money, I'm going to give it to the world. Like, so it's like you said, greed does ugly things to people. So, I mean, I guess I didn't think of it like he was just calling them monsters to be malicious, but it was just more so y'all letting this money get the best of y'all. And I think
but somebody got to go in. Would they be monsters if they voted for this other person? Is it okay to call them monsters if they didn't vote for you? Like, it's just because it's you. Or maybe it's just because he wanted it to be more of a discussion, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that's it, because it was like ganged up on.
Yeah, I would have probably threw in like somebody like Big Easy or some. I don't know. I just felt like Ace didn't deserve it. He was like a J. Like, I was rooting for him. Like, they really made me like Ace over this 40-something minutes, and I was just, I wasn't ready to see him go.
It was other options for him, but I guess, like they said, it's not a team game. So tomorrow I might have, not that Ace was particularly strong, but he was stronger than other people. So I want to get out anybody who's strong, type of thing. Like, I don't necessarily dislike him, but he's stronger than me, so I need to get him out, type of thing. So I mean, I kind of understand that. If it was a team game, then like we're gonna be in this forever together the whole time, then I'm gonna keep him because we probably on the same team. But if we're not on the same team, then I don't need to keep anybody strong. In fact, let's throw Mark in. In fact, so Ace is in the elimination now with Latarian. It's a done deal. And he feels bad. I mean, he's like, they kind of feels backstabbed, I guess, but it's the game, like Darrell said, get your butt down there. Stop calling us all monsters and get in there. I love Darrell's commentary. He always brings good commentary. And then that night before the elimination, they have 80s party.
90s party.
90s party.
Yeah, they have the 80s party in the main.
And Ace was, planning on going to bed, but he's such a nice guy. He was like, I can't do it. I can't stay mad at them. He dressed up.
Down, talking about like, I thought this was the 1980s.
The 1880s, the 1890s.
1890s.
He dressed all medieval. And okay, so then the elimination comes and they all head down to, was it a name of this? Was it the crater?
I think it's just called the arena.
The arena, okay. They head down to the arena, and it looks
gladiator-ish.
Huh?
Giving gladiator vibes.
Yes, and as soon as they walked there, I was like, "Oh, it's a pole wrestle."
Yeah, automatically knew.
Yeah, because it was nothing there. When it's nothing there, it's physical. I was like, "Oh, so it's physical, and it's a pole wrestle because it was the circle." And so TJ calls Latarian down, and then he calls Ace down. He then asks Yesella, since she has the power to save, if she would like to save Ace. And Yesella, see, people can hold a grudge for a long time. I can do it too. She's been holding that, what has been 15, 20 years. She remember he called her dead weight back in the gauntlet too, I think she said. And she was like, nope, I would not save him.
Nope. Send him down.
That's good. I like Ace, but she did it without, like, how like current challengers you be given a reason. It's no, because I think you got this.
when Jimmy pulled that double cross and she was instantly Jenna.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I like.
that's like again.
Yes, I like
That's like
sticking to your
again.
decisions, no excuses. I like that. And
Like I don't have a reason. Just no.
just no. And so yeah, I like Ace, but I like Yesella being like, no, it's just no. Okay,
We
next,
need
move
more
on.
players like that. Don't try to justify. If you're gonna do it, do
Just
it. Don't
do
try to
it. Just do
justify.
it. Yeah.
Don't
So
try to
she says
justify
she
it.
is not she's not saving Ace. So it's official, it's Latarian versus Ace. And TJ tells them it's a pole wrestle. And I am a little annoyed that we have not done research because when he
What
says
is the pole wrestle?
yeah, when he says pole wrestle, Latarian's like, what is pole wrestle? What is pole wrestle? And I'm like, do you not watch the challenge? They've been doing pole wrestle for a long time. That's like not a new thing.
It's like the duel, and the duel came out in what, like 2000? What, the duel came out 2006? So it's like, how you not know that? Like,
Yeah, like I
if they
just
did
think
the
if you go
challenge
on
and stop
any
watching.
show, yeah, I think if you go on any show, you should know some stuff. Like, if anything, it's an advantage to you to know this is what this challenge is. They do this a lot, so maybe I should know how to do this. They do hall brawls a lot. I should know this. Like pole wrestle is a staple, so you should know that. I mean, he obviously has had an advantage. It has an advantage, but still, you didn't know what it was. That was just annoying to me. So I immediately was rooting for Ace because I just think he's scrappy, but he picked the wrong the wrong maneuvers. So they get started with the pole wrestle. They each grab the pole. Latarian gets his grip. Ace gets his grip. And when TJ, if I say CT, when TJ calls like start, he calls them to go. They're immediately tugging, pulling on each other. Latarian gets it away from Ace pretty fast because Latarian is heavier than him, and Ace tries to take a position on the ground. Maybe he thought if he like holds on to it, like while he's laying down. I don't know why he thought that was a good position to do.
I guess he thought that. I don't know. I guess he. No, I can't even justify it.
I just think being on the ground, like on your back at least, is not a good
Yeah.
position because they could easily they're standing over you. I don't know. It just seems like a
I
bad
always
position.
say, don't fall down on your back.
Yeah.
That's when you basically lost.
Yeah, like getting low is good for some things, but not actually laying on your back. But whatever. So Latarian gets it away from him fairly quickly. So now it's Latarian 1, Ace 0, and Latarian has to only get one more to make it 2 out of 3 to win. Ace needs to win the next round to like stay in it. And when they start the next round, they get their grip and they TJ calls start, and Ace does the same thing. He gets kind of back on his back, and I was like, why? And Latarian is stronger, so he is like picking him up, throwing him down to get this pole away from him.
Like I said, and like Anissa said, literally
Looks like a
plunging.
plunger.
And
Yeah.
every time that Ace hit that ground, I was like, this guy's to, like they said, they are not in their 20s anymore. Like this is
Yes.
a 40-something-year-old man hitting the ground hard.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I'm pretty sure no back pass. The only thing he got a helmet, some elbow pads, maybe.
They probably put a vest on there. They usually put like some type of under vest or something.
Yeah, but still, that either way, that's
Yeah. So he
hopefully
gets.
they probably. I mean, hopefully they do like a redemption house. I kind of want to. I don't know. I want Ace to come back. I'm not ready to see him
I don't
go.
think they're gonna do. They would have showed us if they was doing a redemption house.
No, because with Battle of the Exes 2, we didn't see that until like halfway until.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. But okay, so Latarian gets this pole away from Ace the second time. It was no surprise because the way he was throwing Ace around, I was like, oh, baby, it's over. And I was really sad for Ace because he was so sad. He was about to cry. Like I keep the closed captions on my TV, and it was said voice breaking as he was talking. And he said he was going home to see his dog. Ace, if it's a redemption, bring him back. He needs another chance. That was a setup by production. And again, Ace is going home first. I told you his challenge career, he always goes home pretty early, except for I guess that's the one he was talking about when he won second place. But the ones I saw he always left like first or second. And I was like, oh, Ace, it's so sad. So hopefully, like you said, it is a redemption thing, because that was sad. And I always feel bad when people go home first on the challenge, because these are trips across the world. I mean, I don't know where they are. They just said a remote mountaintop. They didn't say where they were, did they?
I don't think so. I think they just said they were in some, I don't know.
Yeah, he just said a
I
remote
think
mountaintop.
in Argentina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they take trips around the world, and then for you to go home after you just did this whole trip, only been here for like 2 days or something, and it probably take 24 hours on the plane to get here. It's just, yeah, I always feel bad for them.
I'm pretty sure they had to get a notice to their jobs that they're gonna be gone for a while.
Yeah, that's
Then they're gonna
always
be
so
like,
sad.
I thought you was going to film something. Well,
Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. Ace is out of here, and Latarian wins.
I'm saying Latarian going back in. Like, if you think about all the guys they got as
Mm,
options, like
mm,
Alton, Derek, Mark,
yeah,
Nehemiah,
yeah,
Darrell, I think they're gonna last pretty long. So if you think about the options, it's only
yeah,
Big Easy, Tech. I don't think they're gonna throw Yes in. Yes seemed like he might have a nice political game for the most part.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's just not too many guy options that I will see that just like lose. I think big hitters will have to take out big hitters. So
yeah,
like yeah, Latarian, I just don't consider him a big hitter. So I'm pretty sure. And like I said, this episode just didn't do him justice as like a besides the unfair matchup in elimination, like yeah, I just think he's just gonna fumble again and end up back in elimination next week. So we'll see.
yeah. We'll see, because like you said, he talked like big talk, but he could not hold it up when it came to swimming in that water. Um, so we'll see what the next challenge is. Maybe I do hope that they do like there's physical challenges, but I want to see like some like more like different type of challenges, mental challenges, stuff like that. And this was both, I guess. This was physical and mental.
I like
So
how and like how they did in Battle of the Seasons, they had the options of mental, physical,
yeah,
endurance. Like give us some because of course I love the staples, the pole wrestle, the hall brawl, keep that stuff, but also start to put in a little bit more, mental challenges. Like I think in some of the clips we saw that they doing the tie the knot thing again, where they
mm,
have to, make the knot and then switch sides and untie it. So
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do a hall brawl. So
Yeah,
I'm
we'll see.
pretty
I'm
sure
excited to see these people, because they have never done some of these really, like the challenge took a turn. Like they used to like Yusela said, she was like, we were making
sugar cookies in
sugar
the
cookies in
sand.
the sand. Like them, the old school challenges were not like, I love those, but these
Yeah.
are more, I feel like they're more like climbing up mountains all day type of things, like more like the death defying daredevil type of challenges than what they were used to. And it looks like they're not holding any punches, and they're going to make them do the exact same things that the current challengers are doing.
Yeah,
And
we
so
don't
I am
know
interested to
y'all
see
out.
that, because you can tell they're not used to it, because Kendall, when Latarian and Ace were battling, she was like, is it always this brutal? So, again, these people have not watched the show. Like, watch
Yeah.
the current seasons. Yes, it is always this brutal currently.
Yeah, and I think, and like I said, Giselle, I don't think she's gonna have the heart for it. I don't know. I just feel like just based off what we saw with this first challenge and how many people like quit or couldn't make it, like
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going. There's gonna be a game that's gonna take the toll on them. Yeah.
But this episode overall was a pretty good introduction. Like I said, it introduced us to people we are not as familiar with, so that was good. What did you think of the overall episode?
I'm excited to see what these people are going to bring. I think again, there's some good characters or story arcs that I'm ready to see. Like, I want to see Tech so far. I'm rooting for Tech. He's the underdog. I think he's going to
Yeah,
be a dark horse. I'm
yeah,
ready to see what Anis going to do. I want to see Darrell. Um, just some of these OGs. Overall, I think this is going to be a good season. So
yeah.
I'm just ready to see what these
What's
people
in
do.
store?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys, so that is our overall review and recap of this first episode of the Challenge All Stars. Like we said, we'll be back next week on Saturday. So every week on Saturday, we'll post a new video. So be ready for that. Like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you thought, your opinions on all the cast members, the challenge, and the daily challenge. So we'll see you guys later.
See you.